Now, let me reset the premise what we're doing. You call me at 1-800-572-8255, and you tell me about your first date. I'll ask you a few questions, and when you answer those questions, I will, as if by magic, tell you within 3 years of the year of your first date. Now, if I miss that, let me tell you the prize we're going to give you. If I don't come within 3 years, we are going to give you a great prize. You've all heard of the BBC Bodies by Ciro? Get ready. We're going to give you some keychains from the BBC. How would you like that? Any sound out there? We've probably got some ice cream and some other prizes. Denny, what other prizes we got there we could give these folks?
Ludlow?
Yeah.
Ludlow?
Yeah.
Ludlow?
Is that you, Sheriff?
Milton Crabapple.
Hello, Sheriff. How you doing?
Ludlow, I hate to interrupt you.
Well, what a pleasant surprise. You just kind of dropped in here, didn't you?
Well, you know, ever since we got on that party line out at the jail,
yeah,
I kind of listen in sometimes.
Well, that's good.
But Ludlow, you know, you're talking about giving away prizes. And I'm just sitting here thinking, Ludlow. Now, I'll tell you what you ought to give away as a prize.
What's that?
You know, 9 out of 10 people I run up on in the streets are toting one of them BBC keychains. There's enough of them things out there, Ludlow.
All right, you mean everybody's got one?
Everybody I know's got one of them.
Okay, you got a better suggestion for a prize?
Yes, sir.
We want to give away a good prize now.
Yes, sir. Well, I think this is a good prize,
Well,
Ludlow.
let's see. What is it?
Well, on Wednesday night, Ludlow, Wednesday night, August the 12th,
yeah,
at 7 o'clock,
right,
at the Southern Tracks Recording Studios at 3051 Claremont Road in Atlanta, there's going to be a big event take place, Ludlow.
What's going to be taking place?
Well, it's going to be the live recording of the 4th Milton Crabapple album.
A live?
Yes, sir.
Recording.
A live recording
All right.
of the 4th Milton Crabapple album. Now, Ludlow, I've done managed to finagle away a few seats to that thing, Ludlow.
Have you?
Yes, sir. And they set up that whole studio, set up that 36-track recording studio, set up like a nightclub.
Oh, I've been there, yeah.
Now, there's thousands of people try to get into this thing.
Yeah, I know it.
But on account of it's in a recording studio, they only got 75 seats.
And these are just for governors and mayors and presidents?
All kinds of folks.
Showbiz,
yes, sir.
Showbiz people?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Ludlow,
yeah.
I managed to swindle them out of about 12 of them seats.
Or enough for 6 couples.
Enough for 6 couples, Ludlow. And I figured if you wanted to give away prizes of seats to that recording session, now let me tell you what they're going to do.
Yeah.
From 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, Ludlow, they're going to have what they call a happy hour.
Yeah.
It's where they want everybody to be happy. They're going to serve food, stuff to drink, all kinds of stuff, Ludlow. All of it's free. It's a real good time. And then from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock is the live recording of the 4th Milton Crabapple album.
All right. And they can get to stay for the whole thing?
The whole thing, Ludlow.
As a matter of fact, they will be your honored guest.
Yes, sir. It'll be my honored guest. Now, the only thing they got to do to qualify is they got to be good laughers, good clappers. On account of it's recorded live, Ludlow.
Yeah, how about the age? Any age limit?
Well, they got to be adults, Ludlow.
Okay, grown folks.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Grown folks, Ludlow. Folks that know how to behave themselves.
Well, why don't we make the prize this? I got a great idea. Anybody that I miss, we will give them 2 tickets to Milton Crabapple's 4th album recording session at Southern Tracks, so they can go there and free food and beverage of your choice, and just a great night of entertainment and a night kind of on the town.
Well, that sounds good, Ludlow. Sounds good to me, yes, sir.
And I bet they could meet you and have just all in all one of the
the whole thing will be a good time. The only thing that the record company asks, Ludlow, is that if somebody claims they're going to come, and they want them to be sure to show up on account of they only got 75 seats and they don't want to have no empty ones.
Oh, well, no, anybody...
So if anybody says they're going to be there and don't show up, I'm going to hunt them down in tar and feather.
Well, that's all you could do.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you don't have a...
They'll show up at the next one.
You know? All right, Milton, that's very generous of you and of the folks at Southern Track Records. and we will. That'll be our prize.
Well, I think it'd be a good one, Ludlow.
Be a great prize.
Yes, sir.
That prize is worth several $1,000s.
I'm going to call you back later this week, Ludlow.
All right.
Tell you about that trip. You know, I just come in from Panama City.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a nice place down there.
It is a lovely place.
Got rid of that Noriega fella.
Yeah, lovely place. Ever since they got rid of Noriega.
I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
There's some of the golden folks out on that beach I ever seen in my life.
Really?
I'll tell you about them later on.
I hope you will. Let me tell you something that you might want to know. Tomorrow we're having a libertarian on.
Folks that just eat liver?
No, liber.
Liber.
Libertarian.
Yeah, well, that's one of them political parties,
Yeah,
ain't it, Ludlow?
yeah.
You know, I don't know too much about them folks.
Well, we're going to find out tomorrow.
They ain't golden liberals, are they?
No, just the opposite.
Well, I'm going to be listening in, Ludlow.
I'll look forward to it.
You know, Grandpa Crabapple was a Whig.
I didn't know that.
Yes, sir. Well, I'll be talking at you.
All right, buddy, you hang in there.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's our prize gag. You call me and tell me all about your first date, and if I don't tell you within 3 years of when it was, we're going to send you for a night on the town with Milton Crabapple and a lot of show business folks that you will enjoy meeting. So give us a call, 1-800-572-8255.
Father had some rules growing up that we had been out on group dates and church time things before.
Yeah.
But we couldn't go by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the first time we got to go by ourselves, so we had to go to the real early movie. I think we went to a 5 o'clock show.
Yeah.
And then after we went to the movie, we went over near...
What movie was playing?
I'm afraid if I tell you, you'll know exactly when I went. I'm afraid that's going to really...
Well,
but I'll tell you.
You have to.
I know.
It's the rules.
You make them up as you go, don't you?
No.
No. We went to see The Sting.
You really haven't helped me.
Good.
Go ahead now.
And we went we were in Greenbrier, over in that area.
Greenbrier Mall, uh-huh.
Yeah, and after there was, I don't remember the name of the theater, but it was right across the highway from Greenbrier.
Okay.
And there was a Dairy Queen there.
Mm-hmm.
And afterwards we went to the Dairy Queen and had a hot fudge sundae, or I don't really remember what we had. I just remember going to the Dairy Queen. Now, we were home by, 9 o'clock, but it was my first date, and I was just in love.
What did you wear, Polly?
I wore pants, probably blue jeans.
And what did he wear?
He wore slacks. I remember that, because I wasn't as dressed up as he was.
And a sports shirt?
Yeah.
How was his hair fixed? Do you remember? Did he have a forehead, or did he have it combed down in front like the Beatles?
No, he had a forehead.
Had a forehead.
He
okay.
had a forehead.
I love it when folks have forehead. I'm gonna take a guess that your first date was 1975.
Oh, so very close. 74. You got it.
Missed it 1 year.
Yeah.
Okay, well that goes
in the plus column.
That goes in the good column.
Yeah.
And but you're sweet to call.
Well, I enjoyed talking to you.
Talk to you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Mary on the radio. Hello, Mary. Tell me all about...
Good morning.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine.
Good.
I told Denny I had my clock set where I listen to you from 2 to 5 every morning. I got to cut that stuff out.
Yeah, listen to me live.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Tell me all about your first date.
Oh,
Mary.
my first date.
First date.
I met him at my aunt's house, and his sister set us up to meet because she was, had rooms in my aunt's house. And it was love at first sight.
What did you do on your first date?
Oh, we just rode around. Because, see, I'm going to date myself if I say that. There wasn't really that much going on, but I know that we just went for a good ride, and I was very impressed, being able to get out and take a good ride.
What did you wear? Do you remember?
Oh, this is going to date me. A ballerina skirt, ballerinas, and had long blonde hair.
What was the popular song of the day?
Oh, my goodness, this is going to kill me. Eddie Arnold. I'm sending you a big bouquet of roses. Upload it.
Your first date was about 1948.
Oh, 47.
Gotcha. Come see us.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. More conversation right after this. 888-255, no matter where you're listening. We want to hear about your first date. Let's talk to Ann. Ann, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing great, Ann.
I wanted to tell you about my first date.
All right.
What do you want to know?
What year was it?
I won't tell.
Okay. Tell me, where'd you go?
I went to the state fair.
What state?
Georgia.
Okay.
I went to the state fair, and my sister and her boyfriend was our chaperone.
Ah.
And we went first to the Justice of Peace and was witness for them to get married. And then the four of us left and went to the state fair.
Wait a minute. Y'all went and took them to get married.
Uh-huh.
And then went to ride the Ferris wheels.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sure did.
That's funny. What were the big songs of the day?
Oh, I can't remember a whole lot of them. I remember one that, back then, when we listened to the radio, we'd call up the station and dedicate songs to one another.
Right. They still do that.
Well, I don't hear it as much as I used to. But one of the songs that he used to dedicate to me was something about a yo-yo.
Something about a yo-yo.
It went, yo-yo, I know you're my little pet, or something like that.
Uh-huh. Now, what'd you wear?
Blue jeans.
What did he wear?
He wore khaki pants and a shirt. Just the outside shirt.
You're not helping me much.
That's the idea.
What did your friends wear?
She had on blue jeans and he had on khaki pants also.
Mm-hmm. You're making this tough. Movie of the day?
I can't remember. I don't remember. I remember the first movie he ever took me to see.
Oh, that's good. Well, that's good enough.
It was Call Me Madam.
Call Me Madam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you win this thing, and it looks very much like you are, can you go on? Can you go to this taping?
No, I can't go to
Well, we'll give you something else then.
Okay.
Okay. Your first date.
Mm-hmm. You want me to tell you?
No, I won't tell you.
Oh, okay.
Within 3 years. Your first date was 1952.
Oh, you're close. You really are.
What was it?
1953.
Got you.
No, I take that back. That was when I got married. So it wasn't really in 50. I got married in 53.
Well, then your date must have been in 52, which would put me right on it.
No.
Then 51, which would put me within a year. Okay.
Yeah. It was because I knew him 3 years before we got married.
Yeah. Okay.
You were real close, though.
You are sly as a fox, and I'm glad you called me. Do it again. Do it again.
I sure will.
Okay, my friend. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Ciro is with us. Ciro, how you doing?
If you don't lighten up, old Milton ain't gonna have a soul at that recording. I don't care nothing about it. I don't care nothing about whether you give away my key fobs or not.
Uh-huh.
But now Milton's got to have a crowd down there.
Milton said that 8 out of 10 people he ran into on the street had one of our key fobs.
Oh, was that right?
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I don't believe it either.
Yeah.
But I thought we'd been rationing these things out.
Yeah, well, we have.
And, kind of, spreading them thin, keep the value of them up.
You're going to come out, yeah, you're going to come out here and be with me on Thursday?
Yeah, I'm going to co-host with you.
Never
have been a co-host.
You going to bring some key fobs?
Yeah, I'll bring some key fobs with you.
And we'll just give them away at random?
Yeah. Well, I'll give them away to some of them big old football players out here.
Okay.
Reckon they'd like to have some?
I'll bet you, yeah.
Can we go out there and watch them, bang into each other and all that kind of
Sure
stuff?
you can. Sure you can.
All right, guess my date. Guess my first date.
Have you had it yet, Ciro?
Oh, sure.
Tell me all about it.
All right, I had.
Now, Ciro, don't pull my leg. Tell me.
I'm putting this down. I put this down serious while I was sitting there on hold.
Okay.
I had a 19. It was a used car now.
Yeah.
Get this then. But I had a 1949 Chevrolet.
Uh-huh.
Black.
Uh-huh.
And it was lowered in the back. Had lowered blocks on it.
Uh-huh.
And it had center skirt. And I wore a pair of penny loafers, but had dime now.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And I went to the drive-in. And I think Doris does Boston or something like that, so best I can remember. And Elvis, most everything on the radio was Elvis.
Yeah. What did your bride wear?
Oh, she wore, seems to me like one of them old full skirts, whatever it was. And with all them petticoats underneath.
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah, I remember, for a particular reason.
Yeah.
And, wait a minute, one more thing.
Okay.
And used to, and right along that time, there was a lot of drive-in restaurants around.
Uh-huh.
And they had radio stations that would go there at night.
Yeah.
And have a big booth up there, and you go up and request songs and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. 1958.
Yeah, you're pretty close. 1956.
Oh, I got another one.
Well,
another one. So
Milton's going to be singing in the barrel sound.
Well, we keep these. We can get these prizes away tomorrow. You can't tell, you know.
All right. Well, we'll give them away Thursday when I come back and give them all.
Great idea. We'll just find some people out here who like to boogie, and we'll send them.
All right.
We'll
Like
send.
the one to me.
But I got folks on hold here who want to take them away from me.
All right.
I'm looking forward to seeing you Thursday. Listen.
Yeah.
Come early, and we'll have one of these wonderful buffet breakfasts.
Well, you know how I am about buffet breakfast.
Bad, these little buffet
lunches, buffet suppers.
I look forward to it.
All right.
You take care of yourself.
Tell David to sit by him.
Tell who?
David.
David, okay.
You're more teaching you understand that for the vitamin.
I'll see you later.
Thursday, boy.
Okay, Ciro.
You're right.
Ciro Greenburg, who owns and operates the only drive-in funeral home in the Southeast that he knows anything about. Our number, 1-800-572-8255. We want to hear about your first date. So far, my record is clean. Call us.
Now Don thinking it over. 3-0. Wind up and the pitch. Strike.
Hi, this is Don Sutton.
Ludlow Porch. And we're playing a little game. You call me 1-800-572-8255. Tell me all about your first date, as much as you remember. And I will attempt to tell you the year of your first date. If I come within 3 years, you don't get anything. If I don't, you win a prize. Let's talk to Teri. Teri, how you doing?
Fine, how are you?
I'm doing great, Teri.
Can you hear me okay?
I hear you fine.
Okay, I had stopped and called you from a payphone.
Okay, you really think you got me, do you?
Well, no, I don't know. This was back in, I'm not supposed to tell you.
No, don't tell me the year.
Okay, well, I met this guy at church, and the people, my aunt I was living with at the time, she really liked this guy, and I was going, I really like this guy. But we finally pulled it off. I said, I really want to impress him, you know. So, you know how you are.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So, anyway, he picked me up, and she told him to keep a Bible between us. Okay?
Your aunt was a smart lady.
And I'm going, why are we going to have a Bible? But anyway, he was kind of like a little religious fanatic anyway. And
now, whose idea was the Bible? Your aunt's?
My aunt.
Okay.
She said, now, y'all keep a Bible between you. And I said, okay. So, he went right by that. He had that Bible sitting on the front seat.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, he had, our date was we were going to ride out to his farm and ride horses. He said, can you ride horses? I said, oh, yeah, sure. I was thinking, no big deal. I've never done this.
Yeah.
But, no problem.
A horse is a horse.
Right. So here I go, and I hop up on this horse, and he hits it on the back to get it going. That horse took off. I'm up there just barely hanging on. It starts running through the woods, through the trees, and finally, when he caught up with me, I was exhausted.
Yeah, and scared to death.
What was so bad, the next day, the church had a company picnic, and the way I was walking,
yeah, yeah,
and I'm sure they thought, now, why is she walking like that? Because of the horses.
Yeah, and
because I was so sore from riding those horses.
Where did you put the Bible when you were on the horse?
Well, the Bible stayed in the car, and I wanted to go home because I was kind of upset.
And how long after this did you marry this man?
I didn't marry him. In fact, I don't think he had nothing else to do with me.
Ever dated again? Boy, now do you remember any of the big songs of the day? Because that's tough to...
Yeah, I do. Besides him playing religious songs in the tapes and things in the car, I do remember Aquarius. With that hair, Aquarius.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, goodness.
Remember the big movies of the day, or what y'all were wearing, or anything that'll give me any help at all?
Well, I'm sure I probably had on jeans, even though, back then you wore, like, dresses and things.
But you were going horseback
We
riding.
were going horseback riding. But, it was, I'm trying to think. Let's see, Aquarius, Baron of Oz, Capri.
Okay. This is tough, but I'm going to take a shot. You ready?
Yeah.
1975.
1972.
I got it.
Oh.
All right.
I'm impressed.
You think you're impressed? That was almost a guess.
Oh, you must go by the voice or something.
No, because you sound about 18. But I'm glad you called me.
Okay, thank you.
Take care of yourself.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Barbara in Macon, Georgia. Hello, Barbara.
Good morning, Bubba.
How you doing?
I'm in great shape, the shape of me.
Good. All right. I'll settle for that.
Are you talking about a walking date or riding date? There was two kinds in our day.
Either one, yeah.
Well, the first walking date was to watch some boys play baseball.
Yeah.
And this was before organized baseball and before concession stands at the baseball field.
Well, you went out to a field.
Yeah,
and
you went to a real field.
Yeah.
All red clay.
Uh-huh.
And hot. Ooh. Take your breath away.
Yeah, maybe any of the big songs of the day.
It was before Elvis.
Before Elvis.
Yeah.
Okay, that gives us about 1,500 years. Before.
The McGuire sisters were real popular. I remember that.
Okay. What'd you wear?
Well, it wasn't blue jeans because I ain't never had about 2 pair of them in my life. Probably shorts.
Okay, and I guess...
mean, not shorts. I mean, like, walking shorts.
Yeah.
Mama didn't allow.
No, shorts that you could go anywhere in.
That's right. Mama didn't allow them.
What'd your boyfriend wear?
He had on jeans and a plaid shirt, best I can remember.
Was he using hair tonic?
No, I think he had a crew cut.
Okay. You probably used some butch wax. Your first date was about 1949.
Probably about 52, because Mama said I had to be 16 before we went anyway.
Okay, well, that puts me within 3 years, 4 to 50.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Because she and my grandparents were right strict.
I understand.
And the first riding date I had was across the street now to the drive-in movie. And he had just got his driver's license at 16. And we rode up the street and in the movie, around the block and back home. That was as far as we was allowed to go.
And they let you go to the drive-in.
Yeah, in a car at 16. But see, we just went around the block. We didn't go nowhere.
I got to go. You be good.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Steve in Madison, Georgia. Hi, Steve.
Ludlow.
Steve, have you ever seen anything like this amazing psychic power that I'm apparently blessed with?
Well, I'm going to see. I'm going to see now.
All right.
My first date, I had just broke up with a girl the same day. A girl come in that night. We were at a camp meeting in Toccoa, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And I told the guy I was sitting next to, I said, I'll go out with her tonight. I went out with her. I dated her for 8 weeks. I married her, and I've got 3 children now.
All right. All right. You dated her 3 weeks.
8 weeks.
8 weeks.
And I have 3 children.
Well, that's good. And still happy.
Yes, sir. Happily married.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now, tell me a little bit about this date. Where'd y'all go?
We went to the Burger King in Toccoa, Georgia.
Burger King in Toccoa. What'd you listen to on the radio?
Probably WRAF.
No, I mean...
that's a religious station in Toccoa. It's at Toccoa Falls College, as a matter of fact.
Okay, yeah. Can you tell me any of the popular songs of the day?
Popular songs of the day?
Yeah.
I wasn't really into music, and other than the religious music.
Right.
WRAF.
How about movies, Steve?
Movies. Let's see. Believe it or not, I don't have a TV.
But you had moved. There were picture shows.
Yeah, but we didn't go to picture shows.
Okay, so what you're telling me is you can't tell me anything's going to help me, right? and you're probably going to tell me that you can't go to this album anyway, can you?
What album?
That's what the prize is.
Oh, yes, sir. That's the reason I called.
Okay, well then, if you
we need a night on the town.
If you're gonna
been married 8 years.
You have been married 8 years.
8 years. and we really need a night on the town. That's the reason I called.
Okay, then your
I called with the intentions of stumping.
Your first date.
Ludlow.
Your first date was about 1974.
My first date was in 1984. That's right.
You know what? I was thinking. I'm gonna give it to you because you're right. I was thinking 84 and said 74 because you told me 8 years. You were a winner.
Oh man, I can't believe it.
We're gonna put you on hold, and Denny's gonna tell you how to make all these arrangements.
Ludlow, I've been listening to you for years, and I hadn't even ever won a coffee cup.
Steve, bless your heart.
I appreciate it, Ludlow.
You're mighty kind to call, and congratulations on your 8 years.
Thank you.
Talk to you, buddy.
Thank you. Who do I need to talk with now?
Denny, he's in complete charge of this entire thing. If you just sit right where you're doing and do right what you're doing, Denny will come to you and tell you important things.
Okay.
Hang in there, Stephen. Thank you, buddy. All right. We had a winner. That kind of. 1-800-572-8255. More after this. Doggone. Hello there.
Doggone.
How you doing?
Doing all right. Yourself?
Good. You ready?
Yeah.
Tell me about your first date.
Well, I went to a drive-in movie at the Scott's Drive-In.
All right. What'd you see?
I don't remember.
You should have paid closer attention. Go ahead.
Wearing jeans. They're flare leg, not necessarily bell bottom, but flare leg.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat of a forehead with the haircut.
Okay.
Girl's name was Lynn.
Big help. What'd you listen to on the radio going over there?
Oh, let's see. I guess at that time coming in was Gary Wright, which Dreamweaver, so forth.
Gary Wright.
He's making a comeback. What are you talking about?
I didn't know he'd ever been here.
Well, you know.
I'm pausing now, hoping to get some help on this from the music gods.
Denny, the music god?
About 1976.
You're pretty close.
How close?
75.
Well, that's very close. What do you mean pretty close? What do you mean? But your mama couldn't have gotten any closer than that.
Yeah, but you can tell Denny you're welcome.
Well, Denny is part of my music gods.
That's right.
I'm glad you called, big boy. Listen, come by and see us. We love it.
We'll do it. We may catch you when Ciro's in.
All right, look forward to it.
All right.
Take care of yourself.
You too.
I think we've got time for Bambi if she'll hurry. Bambi, if you'll hurry, we got time for you, my love.
Okay.
How you doing?
Fine, lady.
Good.
The first day.
Yeah.
Went to the drive-in.
What'd you see?
Gone with the Wind.
Oh, Lord. Go ahead. Music on the radio.
I have no idea, lady.
What were you wearing?
Just jeans.
I said, really? Must have been cold. Yeah. Absolutely. I had some homegrown tomatoes. First time I had my sandwich. Absolutely marvelous. Probably the last word in fine dining. And I want to know from you, since we got a lot of nice folks leaving the restaurant. Glad y'all came. Y'all come back and see us. Had a big breakfast, and now they're waddling out of here, having a big time. Listen, your favorite way to eat homegrown tomatoes. A lot of you very creative. Every time homegrown tomatoes come around, we find out that somebody out there has got a better way to fix them, a better way to use them. So that's one of the things we want to talk about at 1-800-572-8255, your favorite way to eat homegrown tomatoes? That's what I want. That's one of the things I want to know. Okay. Number 2, I want to know, I'm not going to give you any examples of this. I'm going to let you tell me this. I want to know, what is rich? What is a rich person? What do you have to have, or what do you have to do to become rich? At what point are you rich? Okay, everybody out there just got a thought in mind about what is rich. I don't mean, I'm not talking about, everybody knows that a multimillionaire is rich. But at what point, what salary do you have to get to? What do you have to acquire? When do you become rich? Obviously, I'm talking about financially rich and not rich in friendships and that sort of thing. So you know what I'm talking about. At what point do you become rich in your mind? 1-800-572-8255. That's another thing I want to know. Then I want to know the best advice you ever received. The best advice you ever received. Then I want to know the biggest mistake you ever made. Why, we all can think back and think, well, suppose I had done this, or suppose I had done that. Or what if I'd bought that little piece of property? I could be a millionaire today. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And then the last one is, what's the worst advice you ever received? Absolutely worst advice you have ever received. Biggest mistake, best advice, worst advice. What is rich? What is rich? When do you become rich? And your favorite way to eat homegrown tomatoes. 1-800-572-8255. Ludlow Porch here. Denny is here. We are having a big time. If you want to go to the roast on August the 14th and hear Denny in action and the other doctor, Rendezvous, the Georgia Bulldog Kitty Litter, Lofty A-Frame, Pony, Sheriff Crabapple, they will all be there roasting me on August 14th. All the money we raise goes to benefit the mentally retarded. Call this number, get your tickets reserved, stop by, pick them up. They'll tell you where to get them. 636-9237. 636-9237. More conversation right after this.
Now, Victoryland gives you even more ways.
Bacon and lettuce and homegrown tomatoes. Up in the morning, out in the garden. Get you a ripe one, don't get a hard one. Plant them in the spring, eat them in the summer. All winter without them's a culinary bummer.
Homegrown
I
tomatoes.
forget all about
1-800-572-8255 as we talk to Adrian. Hello, Adrian.
Hello.
How are you this morning?
Well, I'm back from Virginia.
Well, good.
Remember, we came by last week.
I do for a fact. You visited with us.
I still have a bone to pick with you, but we will handle that later.
Well, you can handle it now if you want to, whatever turns you on, Adrian.
No, remember I told you, y'all, you and Ted just told a big fib. All the way it goes.
Okay.
But anyway, you're going to make me use my brain because really I was calling previously, and you changed subjects on me.
Right.
But on homegrown tomatoes.
Yeah.
The only way to eat homegrown tomatoes is on salt rising bread from Rhodes Bakery on Cheshire Bridge Road. With a lot of tomatoes, a lot of bread.
Salt rising, is that like white bread?
Well, my husband says it sounds like septic tank, smells like septic tank when you put it in the toaster. But it's a, I don't know how to tell you. I've been eating it since I was a little bitty kid. They used to make it richer.
Mm-hmm.
And you could smell all the way down Broad Street when they made it.
Smell bad?
Well, kind of smells rotten.
Why would you?
Good.
All right. Well, to each his own.
I'll bring you some.
No, don't bother.
Lock it up in the booth with you.
I just thought, I want to see you, but I don't want you to hold up somebody here smells bad.
Oh, well, I'll bring you a toasted piece. That'd be good for you.
I don't like toasted bread.
Well, excuse me. All right. But anyway.
No, you bring me some toasted, and we'll sit here and enjoy it.
Okay.
I promise.
All right. Well, you have, 5 subjects here?
Yeah, about.
Yeah. When you say rich...
Yeah, what is rich?
You mean dollar amount?
Yes, certainly. What other kind of amount is it?
I think rich is when you reach a point where you have enough money to go out and buy what you need when you want it.
Okay. But that's what I want to know, because that's rich to you. And I know you said something interesting. You said go out and buy what you need.
And what you want.
And what you want, both.
You know, like St. Simon's.
Okay, yeah. Lay down on.
You remember?
Yeah.
And, you know, a few other things. So when you're retired and you've reached a point where you've got the income that you feel comfortable with,
right,
that you think you can live with.
Very good. Good definition.
Okay.
Good definition.
Best advice?
Yeah.
I had two of the coolest parents, even though they were grit dipping Macon, Georgia folks. Be yourself and always be responsible for everything.
Had two good parents.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you called, as always.
You be good, and we'll see you this week. My birthday's Friday, so I'm going to come stick my tongue out at you.
Oh, good. I hope so. Look forward to it.
Okay.
Take care of
Bye-bye.
yourself. 1-800-572-8255. Let's talk to Chuck in Dublin, Georgia. Hello, Chuck.
Hello, Ludlow.
How are you, my friend?
I'm up there a little bit in years. Not ancient. Not young either.
Sound like a young buck to me, Chuck.
No, I'm up there far enough to where I don't want to look much further up the road.
Okay.
But three things may really, in my opinion, make a person rich. And I'm not going to put them in order of importance or anything, because the first two just about are a tie. Something a person takes for granted, their health.
Right.
Having their health. They don't know how rich they are until it's gone.
No question about it.
Okay, second, family and friends. Because if your health goes, so you have health problems, you're going to need family and friends to support you.
Yeah, no matter what kind of problems you need,
yeah,
you have
to have them. That's what I say, they're interlocked right there.
Right.
Okay, and finally, having enough money to pay your bills. Not necessarily go out and buy a Cadillac, a Rolls Royce. If that kind of money made you happy, the Kennedys wouldn't have the problem. It's having enough to be able to pay your bills and not have to worry about where your next meal's coming from.
Very good.
And I'd settle for those three.
Chuck, I wish you well, old friend.
Okay, have a good day.
Okay, my man. Take care of yourself.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. 1-800-572-8255. We're going to get some more definitions of rich. But I'd like to concentrate on dollar amounts. We'll take them all. But I'd like to know at what point does somebody become rich? 1-800-572-8255. Your favorite way to eat homegrown tomatoes. The best advice you ever received. The biggest mistake you ever made. And the worst advice you ever received. Any of those? Any idea? 1-800-572-8255. More right after this. As we speak to Jane on St. Simon's Island. Good morning, Miss Jane. How you doing?
Good morning, Ludlow. I'm fine.
Good.
Oh, this tomato business brought back a lot of memories. I have to go back to 1934.
Now, Jane, you know you wasn't around, and you're pulling my chubby leg.
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay. My mother died that year, and I had an aunt who had no children, and so my younger brother and I were shipped off to the farm to my aunt, and she had a marvelous way of doing tomatoes. You'd get the very biggest tomato in the patch and slice it, thick, just take the middle out of it. All right, you would fry corn and a little bacon drippings and put it on top of that slice of tomato. And, I wish I could eat that now. It was just marvelous.
It sounds delicious.
It was wonderful.
I have, and the reason I know about that because I'm bad to cut up a tomato into corn. So I get it. But now I've never done it just like that. What you had was kind of like chipped beef on toast. It was
right on.
Cream corn on tomato.
Right. Only thick tomato. Biggest one in the garden. Fresh picked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds special.
Wonderful.
Sounds special. What's rich?
Well, I think rich is able to live comfortably, not worry about your bills, and if you have a health problem, able to take care of your doctor. You know, I want to take, doctors get a bad run. I don't have any doctors. Well, I started to say I didn't have any doctors in the family. I do. I have a niece that's just become Miss South Carolina, and she has just gotten her doctor's degree. So I do have a doctor in the family, but they deserve every penny they get.
Oh, yeah, I think we don't realize how much it costs. And I know a lot of them are making a lot of money, and that's fine.
That's fine.
But I don't think the public realizes how much it costs to run an office, and with all the forms that must be filed for Medicare, Medicaid, workman's compensation, how much you got to have people in knowing what they're doing. You got to have expensive malpractice insurance because folks will sue you now about your last name. Sue you for anything.
Right.
So I'm like you. I do not begrudge. I'm sorry medical bills are high.
Me too.
It bothers me. I want everybody on this planet to have, whatever they need as far as medical assistance.
Can I give you one on advice?
Yeah. What's the best advice?
Okay. When I was just a little girl, I guess 6 or 7, I was upset with my mom and dad about something. I don't even remember what. And I was told, you must remember that your mom and your dad are the very best friends you will ever have. I believe that.
Very good.
I believe it.
Very good. I didn't realize at the time what he was talking about. But my granddaddy died in 1941. So we're talking about a long time ago. And he told me, he said, want you to get a good education and go to college if you can. Because if you go to college, then you can get you a job in the shade.
Uh-oh. Your granddad was a smart man.
He was for a fact. He was for a fact. I'm glad you called all the way from St. Simons. You take care of yourself.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
1-800-572-8255. Your favorite way to eat homegrown tomatoes. I don't have any in my garden yet. Maybe this weekend. I'm shooting for this weekend. I got a lot of tomatoes, but they are dead green. But what I'm probably gonna do with the first one is walk out with a salt shaker in my hand and stand in the middle of my garden and salt it. But I talked earlier in the week to a lady about tomato gravy. Ever had tomato gravy? We need to get a good recipe for tomato gravy. If you've got one, I'd like to hear from you. And of course, tomatoes make any sandwich better. We'd like to hear from you about your favorite way to eat homegrown tomatoes. Stewed tomatoes, out of sight. And then what is rich? So far, nobody's been able to give me a dollar amount. Isn't that interesting? Nobody's been able to say that when you start to make this much money a year, then you're rich. Does a amount come to mind when I say that? And the best advice you ever received? The biggest mistake you ever made. Right back to the phones. We're going to talk to Ida. Ida, good morning. How you doing?
Fine.
Good.
Back in the early 30s, in the corner of Rich's store, Nunley's had a little restaurant.
Uh-huh.
And it cost a quarter. This was back in the Depression, of course.
Yeah.
Had to eat that on payday. For 25 cents, a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich with a hot cheese sauce poured over it. That was good.
Wow. A hot cheese sauce.
That was good.
And
I would celebrate on payday and get that 25 cents.
Well, you couldn't help yourself.
No.
Couldn't help yourself. What a great way to spend a quarter.
Absolutely.
Do you remember, Ida, how much you were making back in those days?
I do.
How much were you making?
I started off at $65 a month. I got cut 10%. Then I got cut 10%. I made $52 a month. Then NRA came into effect. It was $62.83. But they didn't give me 85 cents. Those 3 cents for county that. Now that was that's rich.
and you took a quarter and went and bought you that.
I did. I celebrated.
A lot of folks would have thought you were rich.
Well, I was. Now, that is being rich.
I love it.
Well, enjoy your program, Annie.
Take care. Call us again, Ida.
All right.
Bye-bye. Yeah, she was rich. You know what? You could hear it in her voice. Ida is still rich. We're going to take care of some business and then be right back. Stay with us. Give us a call, as a matter of fact.
Homegrown tomatoes. What'll life be without homegrown tomatoes? Only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. Homegrown tomatoes. What'll life be without homegrown tomatoes? Only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes.
It's the other side of Serious Talk Radio. Out to lunch with David Paul. Listen, people, you better get the David Paul habit. Otherwise, you'll miss massive amounts of wisdom.
WSB Atlanta. It's before 9. We're going to have them ready to pick up by 5. And no stain is too tough for us. Spaghetti sauce, lipstick on the glasses. We've seen it all.
Yes, you have. Hey, what about those annoying little stains, you know, like the ones...
Beep, beep. We interrupt this program to bring you a special live bulletin from the Crystal News Network. Hello, everyone. This is Ed, coming to you live from the Crystal Newsroom. Network reporters have just learned that Crystal is offering a great deal on the famous Crystal. Come in between midnight and 4 a.m., and you can get 8 of those 100% beef patties sitting on those freshly steamed buns for only $2.69. This has been a special live report from the Crystal News Network. Now back to our regular program.
And when's this salad plate day? Bring in a number of salad plates. We're going to clean up for half price.
Ah, it's a great kind of a vegetarian special, huh?
When you're hungry.
All right. Favorite way to eat homegrown tomatoes, and what is rich? Any idea about what rich is? Everybody's got a figure, but nobody will say it. Let's talk to Marie in LaGrange, Georgia. Hello, Miss Marie.
Hi.
How you doing?
Fine.
Good.
You?
I'm doing good.
The best homegrown tomato sandwich. Don't say egg. Everybody likes peanut butter and banana.
Yeah.
I like peanut butter and tomato. Try it. You'll like it if
All right.
you've never tried it.
Listen, I'll try it this weekend.
Okay, it's delicious.
You know, I like
Put a little mayonnaise on one side and a little peanut butter on the other, and put your good homegrown tomatoes in there. It is scrumptious.
I've never had it.
Oh, well, try.
But my theory is a simple one. I like peanut butter and I like tomato.
That's what my husband says. Yeah.
There's no reason they won't go good together.
True. It's true.
I'll try that.
It is good. Try it.
I'll try
You'll
that.
like it.
My wife may have to leave the room because she's not as adventurous as I am. But I'll try that.
Okay.
You be good. I'll talk to you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Let's go to Smith Station, Alabama, and talk to our friend Harold. Hello, Harold.
Ludlow,
How you doing?
you be wanting a recipe for some good homemade tomato gravy, I assume.
Yeah, you got a good one, Harold.
Well, you take grease, fry up a bait of smoked sausage.
Okay.
And take
It needs to be sausage grease.
Take the sausage grease, and you know how to make sawmill gravy.
Yeah.
Well, you put enough flour in there, and when it gets brown, now you already done got you a cup of the ripest tomatoes that you can get your hands on, diced up real fine.
Uh-huh. 1 cup.
And that gravy, 1 cup of diced tomatoes. And when that that flour starts getting good brown, you pour that cup of tomatoes in there and stir it in.
Yeah.
Watch it, don't scorch it. And then put your water to it, to the thickness that you desire. And I guarantee you, if you got some hand-squished biscuits to sort of make you a wagon track out across that plate, you going to have some mighty fine gravy.
You sound to me like a man, Harold, who has had more than one tomato biscuit and gravy for breakfast.
Well, I tell you what. Yeah, I worked in a packing house. And I know what a country ham, a Tennessee country ham. See, I'm from Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
And I got a wife that she's had quite a bit of experience on frying country ham and that red-eye gravy and sorghum molasses biscuits or blackberry preserves. You can't beat it with a stick. I don't care what you eat.
Listen, I want you to tell me where Smith Station, Alabama is, because I'm coming down. Let your wife feed me.
Well, you know where Opelika and Columbus, Georgia?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Smith Station is on 280, about halfway between Opelika and
All right, partner.
Columbus, Georgia. And now, my definition of being rich
Yeah, what is rich?
is to have a friend with a sense of humor. Now, we're going to reach back and get a old one. I'm sure that you're old enough to remember him.
All right.
About like Will Rogers.
All right.
If you got a friend with humorous like him, and I'll guarantee you, that's what I would call true friendship, and you couldn't beat it. Don't make no difference how much money you got. Money won't buy friendship.
No.
That's my thought for the day.
Well, Harold, it's a good one. You take care of yourself.
I'm going to, because ain't nobody love me like I do.
Talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Our buddy Harold, Smith Station, Alabama. Good to have him with us. 1-800-572-8255. A friend, a humorous friend that could make him laugh. That ain't bad. Homegrown tomato. I have a message here on my machine. Somebody from the computer world, probably Denny, says rich is homegrown tomatoes, biscuits gravy, and Vidalia onions year-round. That ain't bad, Denny. You have the soul of a poet, Denny, and a glutton. 1-800-572-8255. Here she is, the love of my life and the apple of my eye, Bloody Mary. Hello there, young lady.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good.
I want to say something I've always wanted to say. Thank you for taking my call.
And then you're supposed to say, but that's not why I called.
But that's not why I called, yeah. How do you make a tomato sandwich?
Okay. Homegrown tomato, of course.
Yeah.
You slice that first. This part's important.
Yeah.
Slice it in a plate. Salt and pepper both sides.
Uh-huh.
And you might want to let it sit there a few minutes. And then you mayonnaise, 2 pieces of colonial white bread. Put it on there and pepper it again. And then you're in the tomato eating business.
Well, you put about 2 pieces of tomato on the sandwich.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, let me tell you something.
All right.
Both sides of that tomato, when you slice it, tastes real good, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, one day I decided to slice mine up real thin, almost like a deli slice, not quite that thin.
Yeah.
And pile it up.
Uh-huh.
So you got a pile of tomatoes that taste real good on both sides. Think about it.
Eating a pile of tomatoes appeals to me. I mean, just the phrasing of that appeals to me. Yeah. So you slice them real thin?
Yeah.
And that's even better.
Yeah, because you got all those sides that are both sides good.
I can't hardly stand it.
Have you ever tried a fresh hot biscuit right out of the oven? It's got to be hot. You slap a dab of cow butter, as you call it, on there.
That's not a daub.
A daub?
Yeah, dab's not nearly enough.
Well, I'm from North Carolina. We call it hunk. A hunk of cow butter.
I'm with you.
On that, let it melt. Put a nice cold tomato in it, a little salt, pepper, and chomp down on that. If you think something's not good. My husband looked at me doing that for 10, 12 years before he ever decided to try it, and once he tried it, he's never quit.
Now you got to beat him back to the table with a broom, don't you?
That's right.
I love
Fight
it.
over it.
I love it. After I get through with Harold in Alabama, I'm coming to your house.
All right, come on. You can stop on the way down and on the way back.
You be sweet. I'll talk to you.
All right,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
1-800-572-8255. Ludlow Porch and Denny. Having a big time. Listen, speaking of having a big time, you know what you need to do? You need to get my intercom fixed here so I can hear Denny better. We're gonna go on a trip in October. topics on the table. Want to hear from you. Let's talk to, I think Liz is on deck. Good morning, Liz.
Yes.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing beautifully, Ludlow.
Well, we're glad to have you. What's on your mind?
I tell you, I'm fat back here, and being a Christian and having faith will take you over the bar. This is happiness to me, a richness.
Okay, good.
Being loved by family and friends, having a car and being able to drive.
All pretty important.
Wait a minute. But what it all boils down to is this. I don't want it if you can't have faith in it, sleep on it, ride in it, eat it, sit on it, or spend it.
You've given that some thought, hadn't you?
And one other thing, knowing you.
Bless your heart. You're a good one. You take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Teri in Brunswick, Georgia. Hello, Teri.
Hello, Ludlow.
How you doing, pal?
I'm doing all right. Sun's are shining and I'm grinning.
All right, buddy.
Listen, I figure we start out with a dollar amount. Let's say $100,000 a year.
Well, $100,000 a year.
That's rich.
Okay.
And but now my opinion of rich is a man's got a good wife, good family, a decent paying job, and a good home, and a loving dog, and he's rich.
Well, plus you might need that $100,000. Listen, don't. I know that you feel like you ought to be poetic, but don't give up on the 100 G's.
Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, Lolo.
You take care of yourself.
Y'all have a good one.
Bye-bye. Bridgette, how are you?
Hey, lady.
How you doing?
I can knock out 2 of these in one shot. My, the best advice I ever got was not to marry him, and the worst mistake I ever made was not listening to it.
How long did it take you to get shed of that old boy?
Oh, well, actually 10 years, but,
You were going for the record.
yeah, I was. Listen, before I married him,
Yeah.
the preacher died, the organist broke her leg, and the caterer had a heart attack.
Well, somebody was trying to tell you something.
Yeah, no. And I was too young and stupid not to listen.
You know what? That's a category that if we talk to everybody that fell into that category today, including me, but what people don't realize is that dumb comes with young.
Yeah, that's right. Boy,
and what makes it so bad is nobody can tell you anything.
No.
Nobody can tell you anything.
Tell me a thing.
My mother tried to talk me out of joining the Marine Corps. And many years after that, the old terminal station was still in Atlanta at that time. And many years after that, my mother said, "When did you first realize that you had made a mistake?" And I said, "When my foot hit the bottom rail at the terminal station on that, I knew I should have listened to my mama, but no."
Wanted to go home, you could.
Yeah, well, listen, the 10 years, you salvaged an awful lot.
Oh, I did. Thank God for second chances.
What is rich?
Yeah, what is rich?
What is rich? Now,
I will give you $1.
Give me $1 figure.
$1 billion.
No question about that. Listen, how much money do you have to make to be considered rich a year? How much money a year do you have to make to be considered? We've already got 100,000.
Oh, I'm at least $1 million.
Have to make $1 million a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be the low end of rich.
Yeah. that would be just slightly arrogant.
Yes. Yes.
Bridgette, always a pleasure. Call us again.
I will.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Junior in Clarkesville. Hi, Junior.
Hey, how you doing, Ludlow?
I'm doing good, buddy. How you doing?
Fine. I don't know of any better way in the world to eat a fresh tomato except in a buttered biscuit. But another good way is take good ripe tomato, not soft, but ripe and firm, and cut it into 8 in a bowl, and sprinkle it with garlic powder, and sit in the refrigerator until it gets real good and cold.
Mm-hmm.
Then serve that with a barbecue, hamburgers or chicken or hot dogs, whatever.
Yeah.
Man, it'll melt. I don't know what that garlic does, but it really brings out the taste of the tomato.
And not only that, but it gives it that garlic taste, which ain't bad either.
Have you ever tried that?
No, I hadn't.
Try it sometime.
I will. I'll have a go at that one, I promise.
It's delicious. Just let them sit in the refrigerator long enough to get good and cold.
Yeah.
And if somebody reaches for the juice that's left in that bowl, you slap their hands and grab it and pour it over a hamburger.
Tell them you're going to need that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you called, big boy.
See you later.
Take care of yourself up in the mountains.
Bye-bye.
All right. 1-800-572-8255 is our number. Listen, I want to tell you about some friends of mine. I'm talking about some special friends. They're my friends at Taylor Construction Company. Let me tell you what I found out doing business with them. Because they put vinyl all over my place up in the mountains. And put windows in, too, vinyl windows. Wonderful. Taylor Construction Company. These are the folks. They go out of their way to do what they have to do to make your home look customized. Now, let me tell you how important that is. If you stop and think about outside, the light fixtures that are around, the houses that have spigots coming out of them, water spigots, all of that needs special stuff around it to make it look sharp. The lights, porch lights, that sort of thing. And they've got it all. And they're not going to leave there until it's looking right. Special molding, window headers, door surroundings, everything. When I tell you that you can have total confidence in these people, I want you to underline that. I'm talking about total. These are good folks who know what they're doing and who are not going to mistreat you. They have special Williamsburg shutters in all different colors. First-class treatment from the moment you call them. From the moment you call them until they leave. They're going to instill pride in your home, their pride and your pride. Remember, specialize in vinyl siding, trim, roofing, insulation, and replacement windows. Now, a special deal. Listen to this. Very important. Next 20 callers to call and set an appointment for a free, no-obligation estimate are going to be eligible to receive either a free wireless whole house security system or free installation in your attic with a complete job. You call them anywhere in the Southeast. 1-800-9-TAYLOR, 1-800-9-TAYLOR, or in the Atlanta area, 491-8761, 491-8761. These folks never going to leave your house until you're happy. They take great pride in it, and they want you to do the same thing. You call them, 491-8761.
The best of the best lip sync contenders will compete for the ultimate first place award at Studebakers in Marietta tonight. It's the grand final Lippin' It Live lip sync contest. An absolute must-see, an awesome collection of lip sync talent. And if that's not enough to get you going, it's Ladies' Night at Studebakers in Marietta with free cover for ladies and drink specials for everyone all night long. There's a lot of action going on at Studebakers on Windy Hill Road tonight, and you'd be crazy to miss it. So make your plans right now to be at Studebakers in Marietta tonight for Ladies' Night and the grand final competition of the annual Lippin' It Live contest. Fax your name and phone number to the Studebakers Party Fax line right now to win a party for all of your friends. Just fax to 618-3046. That's 618-3046. When it comes to a fun night out, it's Studebakers in Marietta, period.
Hi, I'm Dawn Lewis, and I believe your dreams are the beginning of your future. My dreams are coming true every day, and believe me, yours can too. So if you take the time to explore your interests, there's really no reason to say yes to things that can hurt you. So stay smart, and don't start using alcohol or drugs. Give your dreams a chance to grow.
A message from the Office for Substance Abuse Prevention.
Hi, I'm Ludlow Porch, and you're listening to a taped rebroadcast of my show on News Talk Radio AM 750 WSB. What is rich? Anybody got an idea? Danny is on hold. Let's see about it. Danny?
Hey.
How you doing, you rascal?
Man, let me tell you
I've been covered up past 2 weeks from work. I just had to find me a stopping place to call you when you started talking about tomato sandwich.
I knew you would. I knew you would.
Have you ever tried toasting 2 pieces of white bread and melting cheese in between that and putting tomatoes on it and a slice of onion?
You're talking about a grilled cheese sandwich with tomatoes?
Yeah, toast it in the oven.
You know, I had one last night.
Oh, man, I'll tell you.
I swear I did.
Is that right? I'll tell you what, now that's the best way to do a tomato sandwich in my book, when you toast it and everything.
Well, you can call that a cheese sandwich, or you can call it a grilled cheese and tomato, or you can call it a hot tomato sandwich. That can be almost anything to anyone. It's kind of like Zorro.
Yeah, yeah. And talking about rich.
What's rich, Danny?
Rich is anybody that's got more money than I do.
How much money does a person have to make a year before you consider them rich?
Well, let's see. I think anybody that makes 45 or 50,000 a year is rich.
Okay.
Yeah, really, reality there. You can't put a dollar value on rich.
Yeah, you can. That's the only way you tell.
Listen, I'm going to come see you real soon.
All right, buddy. I look forward to it.
I'll talk to you.
Take care, Danny.
Bye-bye.
Bill in Brunswick. Hello, Bill.
Good morning, Ludlow.
How you doing?
Real good. I'd think I was rich when I didn't have to worry about how much the federal, the state, and the city is going to take away from me in taxes. When I don't have to worry about how much the taxes is.
Yeah.
I think I'm rich. And another thing, in the 3 or 4 months, when you see how they squander it after they take it away from me, be able to go to sleep without even thinking about it. I think in those 2 things, I think I'd be rich.
Yeah, when you got enough stuck under that mattress, well, you don't care what they do.
That's right.
Yeah, you're probably right. That's not a bad definition.
Any other way, it worries me when they take my money for taxes, and it worries me more when I see how they throw it away. Doesn't it, you?
Well, worry me makes me furious because they'll come after with a bayonet.
You're damn right, without due process, too.
Oh, no, they don't understand due process at all. No. I'm glad you called, big boy.
Okay.
Take care.
All right.
Keep the faith.
Okay.
Bill in Griffin, Georgia. Good morning, Bill.
Yeah,
How you doing?
just fine. It's kind of getting warm a little bit outside here this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was calling on this homegrown tomatoes you got.
Yeah.
You know, the best thing about them, you can go out and pull one of them things green, slice that thing up real good, and put a little flour and meal together, dip that thing in that thing and fry them. I think they're better fried green they are in a ripe sandwich.
I like them fried green.
Yeah,
but I don't think they're better.
Well, they might not. It'd be a close tie. It might not be better, but...
Yeah, you're right. They're delicious.
But that's one good thing about the homegrown one. You can go out and get them green. You can't buy one that's store green.
Well, plus you can decide how green you want it to be, too.
Yeah.
Bill, come see us.
Okay, then. You have a good day.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Franklin, North Carolina, and talking to Robert. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning, Ludlow.
How are you, my friend?
I'm the fellow that tapes your tapes once in a while.
Yes, sir.
And Marguerite is my wife.
All
Remember
right.
that a couple of days ago?
I do.
Well, sir, if you wanted to call me something, you could call me Wild Man, because I've been called Wild Man for a long time with my ideas I got in my head.
Okay. Well, that's good. You must like a good caller for talk shows.
Well, sir, my idea of rich is for being rich in yourself and the world, give kindness, love, care, help, and concern for others who are able to accept it. If prejudice, hatred, and greed would be forgotten, everything else would fall in place, and riches would be abound to everyone, and dollars would take care of themselves.
Nah, I don't think so, Robert.
You don't think so?
I think you still got to have a pretty good job. You can love everybody, and you can believe in brotherhood, and I hope to goodness I do, and I hope to goodness you do. But you can do all of that, and the fact of the matter, you can be poor as a church mouse and might lay someplace and starve yourself to death.
You know what? That's the way the world is, but
it's unfortunate.
I'm 63, and when I was a child, it was altogether different than it is today. Do you remember that?
How was it different?
Well, neighbors helped each other. When they were sick, they had assistance.
Yeah.
And,
they don't do that.
In general.
They don't do that now, Robert?
No, they sure... Well,
in some areas they do.
Yeah, I was going to say in a lot of places they do.
Yeah.
In a lot of places they do.
Well, I thank you.
Robert, you are a great talk show caller, and I hope you'll call us often, my friend.
Well, thank you so much.
And
you have a good afternoon.
Our best to the lovely Marguerite.
Thank you,
Take
sir.
care.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. He's a good caller. More conversation right after this. Stay with us, Ken.
Captain Herb Emery, enjoy cash and keep Atlanta rolling. You can trust Skycopter Skyplane traffic on AM 750 WSB.
News Talk Radio, AM 750 WSB, time at the tone, 4 o'clock.
AP Network News, I'm Sean Anderson. United Nations weapons inspectors are back at work searching Iraq's agricultural ministry building in Baghdad for documents about Saddam Hussein's weapons program. In Bahrain, here's AP's Nabila Magali.
The regional office in Bahrain said that the team resumed the inspections Wednesday for the second day. They also said that the team spent about 6 hours on the first day of the inspections and that they came out at 9:35 p.m. Iraq time.
Yesterday's search turned up very little of value, and some experts believe the Iraqis took out most or all of the important material. Secretary of State James Baker is among those scheduled to meet today in Washington with Iraqi resistance leaders. AP's George Guetta is at the State Department.
A high-level delegation of Iraqi dissidents is in Washington for meetings with administration officials and congressional leaders. One member of the group is a Kurdish leader, Jalal Talabani, who says he wants anti-aircraft and anti-tank weapons for defense against a possible attack by Saddam Hussein's forces. Based on Saddam's defiance of a series of UN Security Council resolutions, the administration is bracing itself for new confrontations with Iraq. Options were discussed at a White House meeting with congressional leaders, but the possibility of military force against Iraq is considered unlikely over the short term. George Guetta, AP Network News, at the State Department.
A new field poll shows the Democratic presidential nominee Bill Clinton has a huge lead over President Bush among California voters. The poll gives Clinton a 62-28 advantage. That's the largest margin in the 45-year history of the poll. A grand jury in California has indicted a Texas parolee for killing 14 prostitutes and dumping their bodies throughout Riverside. The local district attorney says William Lester Suff is also a suspect in 5 other murders. Officials in Westlake, Louisiana now say 63 people have been injured following an explosion at the Arcadian Corporation chemical plant. The blast sent up a cloud of toxic ammonia and shook homes for 10 miles. Most were treated for respiratory problems and released. Pay raises are not keeping up with inflation for most Americans. The Labor Department tells us that wage increases for the year ending in June averaged 2.9%. Inflation was 3.1%. This is AP Network News. A consumer confidence index watched by many economists takes a plunge. That story from AP's Warren Levinson.
The man who keeps the numbers says the drop in consumer confidence can be summed up in one word: jobs. Fabian Linden is research director at the Conference Board.
We ask people whether jobs are plentiful or hard to get. Less than 6% say they're plentiful. Over 44% say they're hard to get. We say looking ahead to the next 6 months, we get a similar kind of an answer. Pessimists outnumber optimists by a fairly sizable margin.
The 11.6-point July drop is unusually large for the Consumer Confidence Index. It follows a spring in which consumer confidence had climbed, but July's decline, which coincides with an 8-year high in unemployment, wipes out about half the spring's gains. Warren Levinson, AP Network News, New York.
Checking the financial markets, the Dow Jones Industrial Average opens this morning at 3334. Tokyo's Nikkei average dropped 330 points in today's trading, closing at 15,096. It's not often that a politician can say no to Hollywood, but New York Senator Alphonse D'Amato has. AP's Jamie Fryer explains.
Senator Alphonse D'Amato has canceled his appearance in a major movie. About 2 hours before the camera crew was to transform D'Amato's Capitol Hill office into Hollywood on the Potomac, D'Amato pulled out. But it wasn't a case of playing temperamental star. The New York Republican says he wasn't aware the movie called Dave was produced by Warner Brothers. D'Amato says he won't participate because of Time Warner's distribution of the controversial song Cop Killer by rapper Ice-T. D'Amato says to appear in the movie would be an affront to law officers. Jamie Fryer, AP Network News, Washington.
Ice-T is asking his Warner Brothers label to pull the Cop Killer song from his Body Count album. The rapper says he wants to protect Time Warner from further abuse over the song. He says he's going to give the single away to prove that it wasn't released for profit. At the Olympics in Barcelona, there are 17 medal events scheduled for today, including events in swimming, men's springboard diving, and cycling. The U.S. men's basketball team returns to action today with a game against Germany, and the unbeaten American baseball team will take on gold medal favorite Cuba. One gold medal for the U.S. in swimming yesterday. The women's 400-meter freestyle relay team won that event in world record time. I'm Sean Anderson, AP Network News.
This is Tom Kennedy in the AM 750 WSB News Center. 23-year-old Kenny Hardwick is charged with killing his infant daughter Haley after finally admitting he fabricated the story that the baby had been kidnapped on July 3rd. The body of 7-month-old Haley Hardwick found early Tuesday in a shallow grave near Interstate 85 and Georgia 316. Hardwick is charged with felony murder and cruelty to children. He's being held in the Gwinnett County Jail without bond, a preliminary hearing scheduled for Friday. U.S. Representative Newt Gingrich retained his slim margin of victory after a recount Tuesday of his Republican congressional primary race. A completed recount gave Gingrich the identical margin of 980 votes over Herman Clark that he had in the primary last week. Clark had requested that recount. A former Marietta gun dealer who earlier this year alleged someone tried to kill him has been charged with illegally exporting firearms and with laundering more than $600,000 in drug money. U.S. Attorney Joe Whitley says 44-year-old Paul LaVista is accused of falsifying documents to show guns were being shipped to companies in Nambia and Austria when, in fact, they were going to Cape Town, South Africa. Whitley says LaVista exported the guns over several months to South Africa in violation of the U.S. arms embargo imposed against that country. Grady Memorial Hospital has purchased a downtown office building for a $7.2 million AIDS clinic. That step was taken despite objections from officials in DeKalb County, which jointly operates the hospital with Fulton County. In baseball, the Braves are on another streak. This one's a losing streak. Houston wins 7-5 Tuesday night. It's the third loss in a row following the Braves' 13-game winning streak. News Talk Radio AM 750 WSB with triple coverage. The Bell South Mobility Network plus Skycopter and Skyplane traffic. Report problems at *750 free on Bell South Mobility. Now Atlanta's most accurate weather with WSB meteorologist Kirk Mellish.
The WSB exclusive 5-day forecast. A few clouds overnight, some patchy fog, low around 70. Then for Wednesday, partly cloudy, high 89, low 71. The extended forecast Thursday through Sunday, partly cloudy, hot and humid, a better chance for scattered thunder showers by Sunday. Highs around 90, lows around 73. I'm meteorologist Kirk Mellish in the AM 750 WSB Weather Center.
I'm Tom Kennedy, and if news breaks out, we'll break in. This is Atlanta's news, weather, and traffic station, News Talk Radio, AM 750 WSB. Depend on it.
AM 750 WSB presents The Best of Ludlow Porch. If you hear the phone numbers, please don't call. This is a taped program.
Find out what your neighbors and friends are talking about on the Ludlow Porch Show. The toll-free lines are now open at 1-800-572-TALK. That's 1-800-572-8255. Now, more fun with Ludlow.
All right. Welcome back, gang. Ludlow Porch, our last hour together today, and we'd like to hear from you at 1-800-572-8255. And I thought it might be fun just to kind of open this thing up and let you talk about whatever is on your mind. Like some of the things we've been discussing this morning. We've discussed a bunch of things from your first date right along. But your favorite way to eat homegrown tomatoes. You got a secret way? One that you can't do in public? What's your favorite way to eat homegrown tomatoes? Then I'd like to know from you, what is rich? What does it take to make somebody rich? How much money are we talking about? How much do you need to make to be considered rich? For you to consider somebody rich. If I told you I was going to give you a job and pay you X number of dollars, would you think that would make you rich? Wealthy? What do you think? What does that take? Can that be measured in dollars? Or can it only be measured in how much you're allowed to keep? We'll think about that one. Then I want to know the best advice you ever received. And here's one we hadn't had any response to. The worst advice you ever received or the biggest mistake you ever made. We'll talk about all of that. We'll talk about some other things, too. We'd like to know what's on your mind. Our number 1-800-572-8255 as we go to Blue Ridge, Georgia, and talk to Frank. Hi, Frank.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm
Look,
doing
I
good,
just
buddy.
want to tell you a little bit about a little quick tomato story.
Okay.
I'm retired Air Force. I used to be stationed in Munich, Germany. Well, we had a one-star general there that would let me dispatch out a plane to go to Denmark to get fresh tomatoes. That's some good government money with,
yeah.
You know, good taxpayers' money.
Yeah.
But the best tomatoes now grow around Atlanta. I live up in Blue Ridge, and you know, tomatoes we grow up here is not as good as them that's grown in Atlanta. The soil or something that grows the best tomatoes in the United States, right around Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. I never thought much about that, but
it really does. Now, you get up in some of these places like, I got people in Charleston, South Carolina. Tomatoes up there don't compare nothing to them in Atlanta. But those with fly over right outside of Copenhagen, Denmark, and pick up for that general, his wife would make a ripe tomato relish.
All right.
Let me tell you, man, that was good. It even made that Air Force chow taste good.
You couldn't get white bread over there either, could you?
Oh, no, not. Well, we could some, but it wasn't like what you get here.
Yeah.
Now, you know, we could get it there in the, in the mess halls.
Right.
But it wouldn't be like getting a loaf like you get here to eat those tomato sandwiches.
I got you.
But you could take that ripe tomato relish and put it on that Air Force chow, and it made it plumb good. So anyway.
How long were you in the Air Force?
Oh, I stayed in there 26 years.
All right, well.
I retired. And you know, now on Saturday morning, I was a color guard. See, also, on Saturday morning we had a parade, and this one-star general that I'm talking about, he has passed me many a times on that parade pill and give me that tomato smile. He wouldn't say nothing about it, but you can know what he's thinking about when you see it on his face.
I love it.
All right, now you have a good day and
okay,
enjoy
buddy.
your program.
Good to hear from you.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye. Give that tomato smile. Boy, you know exactly what he means by that. Favorite way to eat tomatoes. And what is rich? Have we got the definition already? Best advice you ever received? Biggest mistake you ever made? And the worst advice you ever received? 1-800-572-8255. We're gonna get back some calls, but I need to tell everybody that tomorrow our special guest is going to be Michael Tanner. Mr. Tanner is going to be acting as a spokesman for the Libertarian Party and explaining to us a little bit about what the Libertarians believe and why they think that we ought to vote Libertarian. And I think it'd be kind of interesting to have him on. A lot I want to know about him, and I'm sure there's a lot you want to know about him. So you be around in the morning when Mr. Michael Tanner is our special guest starting at 9 o'clock. 1-800-572-8255, Ludlow Porch and Denny Ainsworth holding forth on a fabulous Tuesday. Stay with us, gang.
Rainy night in Georgia. There's only one thing worse than having to go out into the rain, and that's having the rain come in on you, like in your basement. Insist on being dry with the Be-Dry System of Atlanta, the only waterproofing company in Georgia to offer a full warranty on every job. The Be-Dry System uses a patented state-of-the-art waterproofing technique that qualifies them as the only waterproofer in the United States, approved by the Building Officials and Code Administration. Be-Dry System of Atlanta can increase your usable living and storage space, and at the same time help preserve the value of your home. Be-Dry System of Atlanta warrants to permanently end your basement leakage for the life of your home. That's some warranty, and it's yours when you decide you've had enough waiting in the basement. For a free estimate without obligation, call 446-2379, 446-BDRY. And if you're outside the metro area, call 800-783-3379. That's Be-Dry System of Atlanta. Call today. A rainy night in Georgia.
with a dental message for mothers-to-be. During pregnancy, be especially mindful of your dental care. You see, changes in hormones that occur during pregnancy can leave you more susceptible to plaque buildup and gingivitis. Pregnancy can also exaggerate some dental disorders. Avoid dental problems by brushing and flossing carefully at least once a day. And eat a balanced diet to keep yourself and your baby healthy.
Hi, this is Bob Barker. Would you know what to do if your tooth were accidentally knocked out? First, rinse it gently in running water. Then carefully insert and hold the tooth in its socket. If this can't be done, place the tooth in a cup of milk or water and take it immediately to your dentist, within 30 minutes if you can. If you follow these steps, there's a good chance your tooth could be saved. A message from your local dental society and the American Dental Association.
This is the best of Ludlow Porch. If you hear the phone numbers, please don't call. This show was pre-recorded for broadcast at this time.
All right, Ludlow Porch right back with you. Let's talk to Jimmy in Brunswick, Georgia. Good morning, Jimmy.
Hello, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, partner. How you doing?
Good. I was hoping that I could hear you better than what I could hear you before you came on the line there. It was real weak.
Well, yeah, sometimes when you get the playback, it is a little weak.
Yeah.
But we're glad to have you.
Glad to be talking to you. I listen to you as often as I can. I started listening to you because I wanted to hear all the good stuff that I was hearing down here on WMOG down here in Brunswick, and I heard you one day, and I've been trying to listen to you ever since.
We love it.
You ever get down to Brunswick very often?
Yeah, we were down for the Seafood Festival, and we get there anytime we can.
Yeah, I heard you talking about you was going to come, but I looked down there, and I didn't know who I was looking for, so I didn't ever see you.
Well, just find the fat guy talking on the radio, and you got me.
Well, I tell you what.
We'll be back.
I wanted to tell you the best way that I'm 41 years old, and I wanted to tell you over the years I have really loved ripe, homegrown tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
We've grown a lot of them. I'm from a little town over there just north of Brunswick. It's called Darien. I don't know if you ever heard of that or not.
I've been through Darien 1,000 times. I know right where.
Okay, well, when you go down the coast on Highway 99, there's a little community called Ridgeville.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's where I'm from. I was raised on a little farm out there, and we grew as much or more tomatoes than we did anything else. And my granddaddy was an old trucker, and he retired, and he started being a farmer, and I heard the man a while ago say that the best tomatoes are up around Atlanta. Well, I differ with him. I think they're right there at Ridgeville. Or used to be anyway.
What's your favorite way to eat them?
Okay. You take the freshest, I'm a great lover of Jewish rye bread.
Uh-huh.
You take the freshest Jewish rye that you can find, and you get the biggest, juiciest looking ripe tomato out of your garden that you can get right there from Ridgeville, of course. And you use Kraft real mayonnaise. I don't know whether I'm supposed to say all these brand names
all right, go ahead.
On the radio here or not. A lot of folks don't like you doing that. And you use the Goldens, I think that's how you say it, hot mustard, and good salt and pepper, of course, plenty of salt. And I don't want the tomato to ever be cold, just right straight out of the garden, even warm if possible.
Yeah.
That way, to me, it has the best flavor.
And you put mustard on it?
I put that golden hot mustard on it, and the Kraft real mayonnaise. Nothing works but the Kraft, as far as I'm concerned, because it's got the flavor.
Yeah.
It's still got whatever fat's in it. I don't like all that stuff anyhow that's got fat-free. It don't taste right.
Well, I never tried it with mustard, but...
If you take that and put it together, that's, to me, one of the reasons is because of the Jewish rye, is because it's a little firmer, and white bread just falls apart so much if you use a good juicy tomato.
Yeah, I love it when it falls apart.
Do you? It gets all over you. You have to eat it in the bathtub.
Standing over the sink. I got to go, buddy. Thank you.
Okay, now.
Take care of yourself.
You too.
Bye-bye. John, you're on the radio. Hi, John.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good, buddy.
Good, good. My favorite tomato sandwich is a bacon tomato sandwich. I like to put a couple of strips of bacon on it.
Yeah.
On that blue plate mayonnaise and colonial bread. And
hard to beat.
That's what I'm going to have in just a few minutes. Rich. I consider myself rich. Now, I don't have a whole lot of money now, but I've got everything. I've got everything I want. Everything I got is paid for. I got my children are healthy. My grandchildren are healthy. my family's healthy. It was 5 of us children, and all 5 of us are still living, and the oldest one's 77 years old.
Uh-huh.
And I consider myself as rich as anybody. I don't care who it is.
Well, I do too, John. I consider you rich.
Not a whole lot of money, but just rich with blessings, I guess.
How much money does it take to be rich?
Well, I don't think you can put any monetary value on it according to what your living standards are now. My living standard, like I say, I buy anything, have anything I want, and I still got money left over, so I figure I'm rich.
John, I figure you are too, buddy. You're the happiest man I know. Come see us.
Listen, give me a call. I'm going to leave my number. Give me a call before you leave them up there.
I can't promise you that, John.
Try to.
Okay.
Okay, buddy.
Take care. Bye-bye. Bye. I don't think folks realize that when I get off the airs, when I go to work, as a general rule. 1-800-572-8255. We're going to talk to Bubba on St. Simon's Island. Hello, Bubba.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
I was talking about the tomato sandwich. Well, it's delicious. Tomato, the mayonnaise and a little salt and pepper on your tomato.
Right.
And put chopped onions on top of it. Chop it up good, chop the onions up fine.
I need to try that.
And it is delicious.
I need to try that because...
It's delicious. Oh, Lord, it's good. I can eat them anytime.
I may try that this afternoon sometime.
You do that. Just chop the onions up now real fine. It's better chopped up than just sliced on top of the tomato. I don't know why, but it just tastes better when you chop them up.
All right, buddy. I'm going to try it.
Okay, and being rich.
Yeah.
Well, I'm retired, and I owe nobody nothing. Car and house and everything's paid for, so I figure I'm rich.
All right. You got enough money to pay your bills and have what you need?
So far I can just make it, so I'm happy-go-lucky.
Attaboy.
And enjoy your show, first-time caller, and you take care.
Well, listen, now you're retired. See, I know you got plenty of time to call, so I want to hear from you again.
Okay, I'll try to get one day.
All right, buddy.
Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
1-800-572-8255. Join us.
If you could buy any new 1992 Volvo and pay absolutely no finance charge, 0% financing, would you do it? If you could buy or lease a new Volvo and get a quality cellular car phone at absolutely no charge, would you do it? How about if your new Volvo was discounted even before you got your best deal? Would you do it? Of course you would. And you can at Chris Volvo if you act by this Friday. Friday is the last day you can take advantage of Chris Volvo's incredible car phone at no charge with every car. Friday, the last day of Chris Volvo's factory-sponsored 0% financing and positively the last day of lease payments so low, terms so attractive, you should lease a Volvo even if you don't want one. Don't wait another day, because on top of it all, every Chris Volvo is discounted. Phone service and installation is extra, and factory savings like this happen once in a lifetime. It's happening through Friday at Chris Volvo, 2020 Cobb Parkway in Marietta.
We didn't want a professional announcer for this message because we're trying to save the earth. Don't get me wrong, having a professional announcer would be great, but that would have taken a big casting session with people driving from all over to get here, wasting a lot of gas and adding to the pollution. And the way we see it, if our ad isn't kind to the earth, how can we ask you to be? Use cloth shopping bags. Buy recycled paper products. Switch to energy-saving light bulbs. Yeah, maybe they're little steps, but one little step leads to another. And pretty soon they're big steps. Look, I can't tug at your heartstrings or really lay it on thick like a real announcer, but I am taking the bus home. So maybe that'll help make up for it. Call EarthShare. 1-800-488-8887. This message was brought to you by EarthShare.